Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? I am so eager to bring you this segment. Maverick is here with me, by the way. I don't know if he's going to come up to say hi, but he's sniffling around right here. We are so eager to bring you this segment that I have been dying to work on for a minute, that I think I'm going to call It Came from the 80s. If you've been around this channel for very, very long, you know my obsession with Stranger Things. You know my obsession with all things 80s. You know my obsession with anything retro. So even if it didn't come from the 80s, even if it came from the 70s, maybe a toe dipped into the 90s, but I don't like to get that far into the future, really. Maverick, what you doing? What you doing over there? Puppy break. I may be excited about this new segment, but Maverick's excited because I, over the weekend, cleared a bigger portion of the room that I'm always talking about. I need to clear out. I need to get this space. I'm very proud of the fact it's not done. Still not done. I had a hair just like... but there's a lot more room to explore over here. Maverick's taking full advantage of that. So if you hear a lot of sniffling, that's what's going on. I had like one little pile of bagged yarn sitting over to the edge that he was checking out. So I was kind of afraid there was about to be like a yarn avalanche on Maverick. I was like, what you doing? Anyway, what is It Came from the 80s, you may be wondering? Well, if you also had been around the channel, last year I believe I was the proud recipient. I don't know if recipient is the right word, because I bought it. So I became the recipient because I bought it and it came in the mail and I got it. Thus, I received it. So I was the recipient of this beautiful piece of history that is the October 1980 Crochet World magazine. Look at this. So well preserved, if I could talk. So pristinely preserved. It's amazing. I did an entire walkthrough. If I remember, I will link it for you if you're interested. But at some point, you're going to see most, if not all, of the patterns in this book anyway. Because in that walkthrough, I believe I mentioned that I would like to make most, if not all, of the patterns in this book, in this magazine. I love this thing. There's so many, like, even the advertisements, like for this porcelain. I don't love porcelain dolls. That's not why I love this, but like the advertisement itself, just everything is so retro about this. I love it. I love it so much. I wanted this kitchen witch right here. Right there. And actually, to be fully honest, when I bought this magazine, I thought that would be the first make. And spoiler alert, that's not what I'm going to show you today. But I thought I would make a little segment that when I did finally get something done from this magazine, I would show you guys. And I did. And I'm very excited about it. Now, honestly, I didn't think anybody would be interested as much as I am, at least in my group of friends, in my circle. I was going to say family, but my friends. My friends are my family, I guess. I didn't think anybody would be interested in my retro things, let alone my crochet things, but definitely not my retro crochet things. I was wrong. My friend Nate, I don't think any of you guys have met him unless you're some of my friends from real life that are watching. Well, you're all my friends in real life. Unless you're some of my local friends who also know Nate. I don't think any of you have met him. I haven't brought him on the channel. He hasn't been brave enough or been around while he's been feeling brave enough to be on the camera. But he was looking at this magazine one day. I was looking at it, actually. I was like showing it off and showing him something I wanted to make myself. And he decided he wanted it. So I actually made one for him before I made one for me. So let me just show you. And there's all sorts of amazing, wonderful patterns in here. There and all sorts of things. Like here's the kitchen witch, right? There's ski masks, and there's a cocoon sweater in here. There's that creepy clown ring doll thing. There's wall hangings. There's tons and tons and tons and tons of different amazingness. And then I came upon this gem that has actually got a full color picture. That is called, it says, by special request, Snappy Man's Hat. Look at this beautiful crocheted hat. I'm in love with it. I think it's amazing. This gentleman does look extremely snappy, does he not? How cool is that? How cool is that? I love it. It's, again, my love for the Stranger Things goodness up here. My love for Hopper. I think it's very Hopper looking. This could be Hopper from back in the day. This could be Hopper's son, Hopper's dad, Hopper's brother. This could be Hopper's based on this man. Probably not, but it could be. So I wanted it. And then Nate wanted it. But yeah, the pattern itself, obviously I can't tell you the pattern. I don't remember how long I have to wait for the pattern to be able to be shared directly, but I think I am not going to do that. So, but it's really, 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 really easy. There's literally 27 rows of the hat and 28 rows of the hat, and then a band that is worked separately. Now, the trials and tribulations, and I just unraveled my first try because I decided to try this. I think in the article somewhere on here it says something about, like, because there's this section right here is just talking about the pattern. And she says, this is by Christine Goddard, and she says, although there are many attractive patterns for women and children, patterns for men are hard to come by. She talks about, like, why she made this pattern. She's designed the snappy little hat suitable for town or country, modeled after a trilby my father used to wear. My husband wants one for when he is riding cowboy, in quotation marks. Makes up in an, she said it makes up in an evening, which it does make up really fast. This pattern is you know, like I said, it's not that, the hardest part was holding things doubled. And I'll get into that in a second. And then, yeah, she talks about, like, holding, you know, two strands of the same color or holding two compatible colors to make, like, a tweed effect. And my mistake, anyway, getting to it, was she wants you to use an eye hook, 5.5, an eye hook. I used what size the yarn said to use because, okay, this calls for 2 4-ounce skeins of Bernat sesame, 100% wool, knitting worsted yarn. Which, okay, I looked it up and I looked up comparable yarns because they don't make it anymore. It's a discontinued yarn. I bet you didn't see that coming from a magazine from 1980, right? Especially if it wasn't Red Heart Super Saver or Karen Simply Soft, right? I think was that around in 1980? Actually, I don't think it was. I could be wrong, but I don't think it was. So what was comparable? Well, there was a list, and in the list, even though this was said right on here, worsted weight, like the wool part was gonna ignore because Nate actually wanted me to try to make it out of cotton, and I was like, I didn't have comfortable cotton in any colors that he wanted, because I have like the Lion Brand ice cream cotton, things like that, bright colors, rainbow colors. I got that. He didn't want that. What he would have preferred that I had cotton in was like kitchen cotton, and I'm not holding kitchen cotton double stranded to make a hat. I'm not doing it. Sorry. I'm not. Probably not even for David Harbour himself. Sorry. Maybe for David Harbour himself. David Harbour, if you're watching, I'll do that for you. Nobody else though. So even though it said worsted, I looked down the list and it said, it listed Lion Brand Pound of Love. Now, if you're familiar with Lion Brand Pound of Love is noted by Lion Brand as a size 4 weight yarn. In my humble opinion, it is a very light 4 weight yarn. I would call it a 3 weight yarn. Now I have, of course I didn't bring it in here, but I have some yarn that I had gotten one year at Aldi's. I'm in America, our Aldi's generally do not carry yarn, but one year for Christmas they did. And they basically had Pound of Love yarn, except it was an Aldi yarn. But Aldi got it right. Aldi listed it as a 3 weight yarn. And I decided to use it because Nate wanted green. Okay. So in my brain, worsted weight wool yarn, DK, basically DK size 3 anyway, yarn. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? And on the suggested hook size for this yarn, they wanted me to use a G hook. A G hook. G as in girl. G hook. The pattern says I hook. So what did I pull out? It wasn't an I hook. It was a G hook. And I set about making this hat. And I'm like, oh, so it's going to work up so fast. Double stranded. Yeah, it worked up fast, all right. The hat fit in my palm. It was an infant hat. I didn't even put the brim on it, let alone the band. I video chatted with Nate and I showed him and I said it. I have a notoriously small head. Let me just preface all of this with that. Notoriously small. I said it on... Oh, Maverick. Maverick. It's Maverick. Mav. It's me, baby. Hey. Sweet pea. It's okay. You okay? Sweet pea. Come here. Come here. Maverick, come here. Come here. It's okay. It's okay. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. You want to say hi? Can you get up here? Come say hi. Say hi, guys. I'm guarding the house. I'm guarding the house. I'm a big, brave boy. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. You big, brave boy. Mwah. Sleepy boy, aren't you? Hmm? You're a sleepy boy. You okay? He's grumpy. Hat did not work. Let me just put it that way. Hat did not work. So I went, and there should be another video coming out within a day or so. Or maybe it's already been out. You know, who knows? But I went to Hobby Lobby, and I got 2 skeins of Antipilling, baby Antipilling, that were in the color olive, and they are size 5. Now I understand that that's not the 4-weight that I probably should have gotten. But here's the thing. Nate's head is bigger than mine. So I just decided to make it bigger. And we'd go from there, right? Okay? I can always make it smaller, right? So I did. That's what I did. That's what I went with. And I used the right size hook this time because I was way more awake. And I gotta tell you guys, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased. Now, I'm gonna try it on. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna try it on. But bear in mind 2 things. This gentleman with this snappy hat, look at the way it sits on his head. This hat is not meant to come down. It doesn't come down like all the way down on your head. Look at the way he's wearing this hat. This is Nate called it a fedora. Now it says snappy hat. It doesn't say fedora, but you get the gist of where this hat is supposed to be worn, right? So it will be big on me, is my point, but I don't think it will be that big on him. I have to make sure the brim is straight before I show you, because part of the instructions are to straighten the brim in one section. Did I say 2 things to bear in mind? Oh, nah, I lost my train of thought with the size of the hat. But yeah, I have, like I said, I have a notoriously tiny head. Everybody, including me, makes fun of my tiny head. So it's okay. So yeah, it's going to sit higher on his head, but there it is. And yeah, it's meant to curl on part of it and be straight on part of it. He didn't care what color band. See, it's meant to sit more like that. Yeah, it's going to sit like that on me because of my little baby head. But I mean, I don't hate the way it looks even like this on me, you guys. I mean, I need to be able to see, so I don't hate the way it looks. I think it looks good. And it holds its own shape. It's nice and sturdy, because you do hold it, like I said, double-stranded. I think where I cut myself off was he didn't care what color the band was. I made it with, I made it like a brown tweed. I used this Heartland in the color Sequoia. It's got that brown tweed. I'm a big fan of this. I have several balls of it, and I really, really like it. It's the color I used for Eddie's hair back here also. And this is the color when I had wanted to make my own hat first. This is the color I wanted to use. And This is a J hook. I think I am going to double strand this and use an I hook and see how that comes out for my head. Experiment with the size. If I need to go up to an I hook or a J hook, I might use 3 strands of this. We'll just have to see. I don't know. But yeah, and aside from, I think I also interrupted myself when I was saying, aside from the fact that it, you know, it kind of ends up like killing your hand. That's actually why I'm wearing a Band-Aid here, is because I crochet oddly, and that's where I got a blister from the crocheting with the double strands and everything. Because I wanted to, that was technically like the second hat that I made in 24 hours because I was trying to get it done. But what do you guys think? I mean, he wanted it green. I would make it brown. I would make mine brown. But I did vary from the pattern slightly also, because for the band, what they wanted you to do was work it flat and make a loop at one end. And when you bring it around, make a bow, like fashion a bow. That was one option. And the other option was just to tie it and then sew a feather. Neither option sounded to me like it was a very Nate option. For those of you who don't know Nate, they're not very Nate options. And when I told him the options, his face was also telling me that they were not very Nate options. He was like, so I said, do you want me to just crochet a circle and fit it to the hat? So that's what this is. It's a circle band, and it's just fit to the hat. So yeah, I'm very, very proud. I don't know if you guys are as, I don't want to say excited, but if you're as impressed with it as I am. I don't know if I should be this impressed with it as I am, but I'm very happy with the finished product, and I'm definitely going to make my own. So yeah, the instructions for the finished product are to straighten the brim and to dent the hat in, because it definitely holds its own shape. And then yeah, when not in use, to pack it with towels or paper towels or whatever to hold its shape. But what do you guys think? Not too bad for my first episode of It Came from the 80s, right? Right? So in love. I'm so in love. I'm very pleased. I hope that my friend is as pleased as I am with it. I think he will be. Like, he got a preview of it, but he hasn't seen it like in real life or anything yet. But I think he hasn't seen it with the band yet. He went to sleep and then I finished this. So he hasn't seen a picture of it. He hasn't seen a video of it. He hasn't seen anything of it yet in its full glory. So yes, yes, yes. So excited. All right. As far as what I'm going to make next, man, I don't know, you guys. There are so many good things. Also, just because it's on the opposite page of the hat, look at this creepy Barbie. Look at her eyes. Ugh. She's like alien Barbie. Anyway, I just noticed that and I had to point it out. Like, I'm really leaning towards making the kitchen witch next. But I am in need of the wall hanging because I want to start putting like my pins and my stitch markers on. Like, if you're familiar with Samantha from Amethyst Craftworks, she has been doing that. And I really love that idea, and I want to copycat her really, really bad. Sorry, Samantha, but I do. So like there's this wall hanging piece right here. So I thought maybe, I mean, it's simple, you know, stitch work. But it's something else out of this magazine. So I thought I might give that a try. I don't know yet. I don't know. We'll see. And I mean, this isn't going to be like an every week kind of thing. It's not going to be, I'm not pressuring myself to get it done. Obviously it took quite a while. Just to get, you know, the first like episode out right now. But yeah, I'm happy with the product to bring you. All right. So I just saw I've been talking for 26 minutes anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you're as impressed as I am. I hope you're as excited as I am about retro-y things. Yeah, let me know if there are any 80s inspired patterns that you like, and feel free to direct me to them if you do have any, because I'm always looking and excited about checking those out, and people will want to know where they are anyway, because you know that every year I run my Stranger Summer Make-Along, which is going to be accepting 80s inspired things alongside Stranger Things inspired things. That was a lot of words in one sentence. Anyway, yeah, so let me know. Let me know if you have anything that you like from the 80s. And on that note, I am going to quit babbling. I'm clearly too excited for my own good. And yeah, I will catch you guys later. I love you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.